Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Healing Room podcast. As you know, I'm your girl, your host, Leela Zion, and today we have a very special guest. His name is Sky, and he also goes by Sky Directs. You might be familiar with him. Sky, how are you doing today? Welcome to the Healing Room.
Here, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I made it. I'm doing good.
Thank you so much, Sky, for being here. We're really excited to just talk with you and for you to share your journey with us. I mean, you got a lot going on. We thank you for your time.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate the platform. Love to get some energy off of what, my experience have brought me to and provide some information.
Yes, sir. Good vibes always. So, Sky, can you please introduce yourself for the folks who may not know you yet?
Sure. Yep. So I'm Sky, go by Sky Directs. I am a movie director. I've been in the game since I was about 15 years old. My first coach was Nick Cannon. He brought me on at an early age when I was about like 18. This is when he was doing Wildin' Out season 1. He took me under his wings and he pretty much told me the game and showed me how this entertainment industry works. From there, I left them. I left working with him to go work on a TV show called Life After B2K. Which is the B2K boys, Amarion, Fizz, J-Bug, and Raz B. We created a show that got sold to Warner Brothers. They picked it up, and that was my first reality TV show that I actually created. And then from there, I created a couple companies, did some business outside of the entertainment industry, did some business within the entertainment industry, had some more great mentorship. I actually got one of my first music videos aired on 106 in Park before they closed down, and that was by a good friend named Making Good. We filmed her first video called Hello Girls, and from there that brought in a lot of other artists, a lot more deals. I started working with Tyga, Sean Kingston, Soulja Boy, Chris Brown, so many different artists. And it led me to what I really wanted to do in the industry, which was become a movie director. So I filmed a bunch of music videos and made them look like mini movies. And that was my style, my forte. And it was eventually to get me to where I'm at today, which is now producing, writing, and directing my own movies. The movie I'm currently working on is called Run Nixon. It's starring Fizz from B2K. It's about a little boy who has a bad heart, gets rushed to the hospital. Fizz, as a dad, has to figure out how to save his son before it's too late. And that one's in production right now.
Like in production during COVID, y'all are still working.
Still working behind the scenes. Yeah, don't tell nobody though, but we still working.
I love it. It's amazing to come face to face with someone who's young, who's Black, and who's active and has been proactive for over a decade. So you said you started at 15 years old. Let me ask you what inspired you to want to become a film director at 15?
Yeah, I mean, in school, I was always creative and trying to figure out my way of what I'm going to do because I never wanted to be like that old guy that's trying to figure it out at an older age. I always wanted to push the limits at a younger age. And, because I wanted to be that 18-year-old who had a successful business. That was just my thing at a young age. So in high school, I was just trying to figure out what could I do. I started selling candy, of course, and that didn't work out because schools didn't like, kids to sell candy at school. But and I kind of dominated it. I had like probably about 15 girls selling candy for me in school. I had like a whole street team, and it was pretty crazy. But what's crazy is my teacher, my sister and my teacher was just like, hey, we got to get, my sister was rooting for me. Like, we got to get my brother into something because he's just too creative. And I just didn't like school. It was just too slow for me. And my teacher said, come join us at this film class, and, I'll let you just do whatever you want. So he gave me a camera and I was able to do whatever I wanted. So I created videos in school, and I found a love for it and a passion for it. And that was pretty much like my go-to after that. Once I had that camera in my hand, I just never let go of it.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, if someone was to tell you maybe like at 15, at 14, that you were going to be a film director, you were going to be prominent, well-known, work with some of the top A-list entertainers in the world, would you believe them?
Of course, because I had that ambition. I knew I was, you know what I'm saying? At a young age, I was hungry for it. My roots is coming from the entertainment industry. My father owned a radio station, so I was kind of always around these people regardless. So I knew I was going to be something around entertainment. And if I'm gonna be involved, I'm gonna do it on the highest level as possible. So I kind of knew I was going to be around these people. Yeah, for sure.
I love your confidence. So when it came to you investing your time, your energy to get to where you are now, talk to me about that journey a little bit. What did that look like? Express your like blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, everybody has access to resources. A lot of people are afraid to utilize them, or they're not confident of what their capabilities are. So with me, you call it naive or just not being, afraid of my strengths and talents. I just made phone calls. So, the way I got into Nick Cannon was his bodyguard named Big Dave was a friend of the family. And I called the friend of the family and said, "Hey, can you introduce me to Big Dave?" And hopefully that get me in contact with Nick Cannon. I'm a film director. This is what I'm doing. So I put myself out there, made that phone call, and planted that seed. I think like 6 months later, I got a phone call back saying, "Yo, come up. We're filming Wild 'N Out in Hollywood, and you got to be here at 4 o'clock." So I got the phone call around 1 o'clock. I hurry up, rush, grabbed my camera, went up to the studios. And when I was on set, I still didn't have, there was no Nick Cannon know who I was. So I had to still make something work. But I knew I wasn't going to leave the set until I got like something happening. Until someone said, "Hey, we need you to come back." So I just started filming randomly behind the stage. And then I went home and edited. I put it up on YouTube. And that could have cost me. But what it did was it got a phone call from Nick Cannon's assistant, Danielle. And she said, "Hey, can you come back up set? We want to talk to you about what you did." And I thought I was in trouble, but she was like, "Nick wants to meet with you." And then when Nick met with me, he was like, "Wow, I mean, you came with your camera, you filmed behind the scenes. It looks dope. I love what you do. I love your drive, and no one told you to do this." And it gave me that opportunity for him to want to bring me and take me under his wing. So that ambition and that drive, and you want to do whatever it takes, whether you got contacts or not. Like that's what it was in my heart. Was I was just wanting to do it, regardless if someone said yes or no. Like I was gonna make it happen.
Hmm. Now that's what I'm talking about. A lot of people in this generation, obviously there are people who, have that same work ethic as you did, but then there's a lot of people in this generation who don't have that patience, who don't have that humility, who don't have that fearlessness that you're expressing that you have. So that's amazing. Now I know you got this call from Nick, but I'm sure you've gotten rejected before. How have you coped with rejection and kept moving forward when you did hear those no's?
Yeah, I look at rejection as like it's just not the right person, just not the right fit. Like even working on the movie Run Nixon, I got rejected from studios saying that they're just not interested in the film. And it didn't stop me. It's just, they're just not the right studio that wants, that I need to be associated with. Will Packer, a famous producer, got rejected for a lot of his films before he got to where he's at today. And I just realized everybody gets rejection before they're at where they're at. And it's just not the right people or not the right time or just not the right story. So the motto is just not to give up. We get rejected every day, but the ones that give up could have been the day they would have made it. So I look at that as like it's just keep pushing or retune it, refine it, and don't give up.
Sky, I want to know about your creative process because I've seen some of your work and you have an amazing mind, amazing vision. What influences your creative process? Is it books? Is it you taking walks in the city? Is it, you meditating for 5 hours a day? Like, fill us in on the sauce. Like, how you get the sauce? We want to know.
Yeah, the sauce usually comes out at nighttime. I got this I got this owl right here, and I'm a night owl, so it's just that creative part. I might take like a little sip of my Ciroc or something, and it just starts to kick. But creatively, it comes in at weird times. Like even because I write scripts, I write all my scripts, so it takes a second for me to get into that mojo. But when it comes in, it just comes in naturally, and I don't know where it comes from, but it just comes in and it takes over my body and it just performs. And that might just be the gift within inside me. Even if I'm on set and I'm directing, it just, what I'm saying, if I feel like something needs to be changed creatively, it just will come in and do what it does. And I just kind of fall back and let that process be created. So I don't know where it comes from. It might, it's the spirits, the energy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's amazing because a lot of people want to run before they crawl. We've all heard that saying before, that crawl before you walk, you gotta walk before you run. So, would you say humility is a huge part of you being successful in this business?
Yeah, of course. I stood on the side of a freeway holding a sign saying, "Help me raise money for my movie, Run Nixon," with with my actor at Netflix during Christmas, and that right there, I don't think anybody be willing to do when you catch a director, writer, and his actor standing on the side of a freeway holding a sign saying, "Help us raise awareness for a movie." Like that's the lowest of the lowest, and you have to be willing to go that low just to show how much you really want this. You know what I'm saying? Because what that allowed me to do was I fit. I didn't fail, but I didn't achieve what I wanted, but it brought on something bigger and it allowed me to create the company of this logo that I'm wearing, which created a whole nother open a whole nother big door for me. So you got to go through these challenges. You never know what the outcome is. You got to be willing to drag yourself through the mud so you can know what it tastes like. You know what I'm saying? So you have to.
That's amazing. I have never heard of that before, you know, and I think a lot of people listening are probably super shocked. But for me, like my little, I guess, push that keeps me going is gratitude. Every single day, I verbalize 10 people or 10 things that I'm grateful for, and I say thank you after each sentence. And sometimes I write them down. And my whole motto is like gratitude draws blessings and miracles. And so for you, I guess in my mind, your motto is like humility draws success. So Pressful, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Sky's second business, is a new platform with over 1,500 and growing journalists that are ready to interview people. Sky, tell us why you created this platform because it's almost like an opportunity for people who are listening who want to hop on.
Yeah, I mean, I was like I said, I was out there holding a sign, trying to raise awareness for my movie, and I was hoping that I would get some press coverage to, explode it, but I didn't get any press coverage. And I reached out to some PR agencies to see if they can, submit some press releases for me, and it was difficult. The experience with getting press is like it's just a mystery of how do I get seen on news channels and how do I get press coverage, and it was just online has no real solid information. So there's no new technology in the press industry. And with my background, I wanted to basically change that. And I created the first online platform for anybody to get a press interview with a journalist and get press coverage at affordable price. So Pressful is new. We just launched on the 7th. We already had about 1,000 signups. Customers are coming daily. Journalists are coming daily. And in 6 months, we're releasing our new app. So hopefully this becomes that $1 billion company, and hopefully I'll become the first Black billionaire to run a tech company.
Come on, I believe it. Come on. I'm for you, and I know I'm about to hop on this, right?
You need you on there. You got a good voice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, Sky, this is kind of like an intimate question, but who do you do this for? Who?
My family.
Your family.
I have to leave a there's no one fighting for my family to make sure that we have that Walmart legacy, that legacy that takes care of the generations. And I feel like God put me on earth not only just for my family, just for the world. Even in high school, I had young brothers doing other things that they should have been doing versus what they are doing. And I feel like I just should be that vessel that pretty much shows the world as a young Black man, you can be in technology, you can be a Black billionaire in this space. You can be a creator, entrepreneur, a father, a husband, a friend, a lover. You can be all that, and you just, I think I'm doing it for the real more sake of my color. I'm the person that's going to be able to show the world we can do it.
I love it. I love it.
Right. Yeah.
I love what you're doing, not just for the culture, but for your family, most importantly, and for yourself. I appreciate you walking this journey from age 15 till now. And I want people to follow you and to continue to support your work. I know you already have lots of supporters already, over 50K, but we need more people to support this because this is where it's at. So Sky, where can they find you?
Yeah. Find me on Instagram, Sky Directs. Sky SKY directs DIRECTS, and shoot me a message, and let's stay connected.
Shoot him a message, y'all. All right, Sky. Well, we're gonna let you go because
Yeah.
you got things to do, checks to catch.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, and till next time.
Till next time. Appreciate it.